Welcome again to another episode of WSXM channel. I don't know, my name is Stefan. So we're gonna dive into this video tonight about Pfizer, the vaccine company. In 1996, there was an outbreak of meningitis in Nigeria, in this rural area, village named Kona. And the Pfizer group went there and they did an experimental drug testing on Africa. And you see these people in Kona, and they always do this. They always testing new drugs on Africans, always in rural areas where in villages where they don't have access to healthcare. So they would be happy to when they see doctors come and giving them something, because they will automatically trust them. So anyway, this drug cost the lives of 11 Nigerian kids, and they deform some other. But I'm gonna make you listen to a testimony from one of the survivor of that drug test in Nigeria, and make it hear for yourself, and then I'm gonna dissect it. There's 3 reasons why I'm bringing this up. Take a listen to it. We're gonna watch it together.
My bone will be not strong again as normal people. That's why I'm not growing. Even my teeth are not strong. Even school, my parents do not put me, because if I am playing with my mates, anything mistake, if I fall, I will get injury. My father and my mother sponsoring my life, now they are dead. It's my brother and sister, they are helping me. School fees, transport, clothes, and food. And the life now is so hard.
So that's just one of them. So now, do you see what this experimental drug testing did to the effect it took on this child life? Now she's grown, but at the time, do you see the deformities it caused? And again, they're always doing this in Africa. And I don't only blame the colonizers and the multinational companies for this, I also blame the government, because they're the ones who are allowing these tests to be carried out on their people, knowing that this is experimental, and that's the whole purpose of coming to Africa. But take a listen to this parent who lost one of their child.
My name is Ismail Adambuzu. I'm a father of Hadiza Ismail. She died as a result of Pfizer injection of Tribon conducted to her at IDH Hospital Kano in 1996.
So they just saw that's the father of one of the person that lost their lives, one of the kids that lost their lives during that time in 1996. And before we go any further, watch this other video.
Forever by the experiment performed on them without their permission.
My parents told me that when I was a little girl, at about 3 years of age, a drug known as Pfizer was administered on me, and then afterward, I couldn't move my legs. It started by shrinking one of my legs, completely drying it up, and then 2 days after being taken to the hospital, the other one also shrunk and dried up. There is a muscle around my knee that cannot straighten because it is permanently bent.
So they not only give them experimental, they also experimented on them. And this is not me saying this is what happened during those times. And there is they were sued, and then according to reports on what I read, the company, the Pfizer, denied that it is their drug is the one that caused these kids to lose their lives and for the deformities and all that. And the government took it up, and some other human rights group, and they sued Pfizer. Even though they denied that their drug is the one that caused these issues, they did settle for 75 million. But where did that 75 million end up? So let's listen to how the $75 million that was granted to the victims, how much they actually receive in their cash that they received in their hand. Take a listen to what the victims' parents and the parents said about the money they received. Take a listen.
Promised to give each victim $175,000 US. And unfortunate, we were only given 7,000 US dollars, which is equivalent to 2.4 million naira Nigerian currency. So we need help. We need assistance from all angles to collect the remaining balance.
I was paid 2 million naira and a few fractions not up to 40,000 naira after changing it. I think it was around 2,020,000. They even called other victims and myself in to conduct DNA tests on us. I was part of it and my saliva was taken.
They said that they would pay us $10,000, but they paid us $7,000 only. That is what they paid us.
So there you have it. Even though the Pfizer group awarded these victims 75 million US dollars, each victim should have received, according to the payment, the settlement, 170,000 US dollars. But instead, the government who received the settlement and the committees that they pay these people through only give them $7,000. So they are being victimized all over again. They victimize them twice. First in the beginning by allowing them to be tested on, giving these experimental drugs, which they know for a fact will harm them. Now, 15 years down the line, from 1996 to 2009, when it was awarded, 15 years later, you give the people $7,000 after 15 years. So you victimize them all over again. So this is what these corrupt leaders do. They use their citizens to enrich themselves throughout history. So even though the Pfizer group is to be blamed for the testing and the experiment they're doing on these people, even though the settlement was awarded, it was wrong all around. But the fact still remain, the money was paid and the government makes sure the people did not receive their money. So this is a cycle. For one, we cannot trust vaccines because when it comes to the black people, they're always testing on black people. Two, you cannot trust government because they're the ones who are allowing these testing to be done in the first place, because they have to get approved from the government to even enter the country with these vaccines to be tested. That's why when I hear of outbreaks on the African continent, I don't want to hear about the Red Cross or these NGOs going to help these people to give them vaccine, because it's always testing. This is what they does. That's why one of the reasons why Abraham Chori built his own pharmaceutical manufacturer to manufacture their own medicine. Nigeria finally did the same thing, but this is why we have to have our own manufacturing and our own supplier, because we will in turn look out for our own. We're not like the world, the WHO, which is the World Health Organization. They do not care for African people because they see us as test subject at all times. So anyway, let me know what you think about this, about the Pfizer group testing on the African and the Nigerian citizens. They lose their life, got deformed, got paid out, but the money was still stolen, and why we cannot trust multinational companies on the African continent, and this is the reason why we need to get rid of them out of the continent altogether. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Boom.